Brett Okamoto from ESPN alongside UFC welterweight Belal Muhammad, who faces Demian Maia at UFC 263 here in Glendale, Arizona. And Belal, I got to imagine that the feelings of this fight week, and at least the circumstances of this fight week, are so different than the last one, right? I mean, can you even compare the two?
Yeah, it's a lot different fight week, and it's a lot more excitement too because it's fans now. It's a different energy. It's one of the biggest cards of the year. I mean, last fight week I was on the poster, so it was a lot different, but. This one, it feels a lot better with this one. A lot more comfortable. It's not a short notice fight. More relaxed, and to be fighting a legend on a card like this can be amazing.
Did it take a minute to kind of get over the fact that you had waited so long, main event Belal, and then it goes the way in which it did, and then you wanted the rematch? Doesn't happen. You're still in a great spot, but that was something that you looked forward to for so long, and then it went the way it did.
Yeah, honestly, it broke me for a couple of days, and I was sitting there, upset. And you could sit there and you could cry about it. You could go post about it, or you could sit there, pick yourself up. Everything happens for a reason. I know there's a plan for me. It's written for me already. So I just got to know that God's plan is greater than my plan. I know that this is still an upward trajectory right now. So, for me, I sat there. I was like, I just need a ranked opponent. So now I'm fighting a ranked legend that you beat a guy like Demian Maia. The only guys who've beaten him are title contenders or title champions. So it's like, for me, it's still a great opportunity for me to show them that I belong with those guys.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the guys that you could have fought at welterweight, where does he rank in terms of how excited you are to face the guy?
Yeah, honestly, he's he's a guy that I've always watched. And he's a guy that's respected by everybody. And, he only has a couple fights left that he says. So, to be able to have him on my resume before he's gone, it's amazing, honestly, because it's those names, those fighters, when it's all said and done, when you say, yo, I competed with that guy right there who's one of the best jiu-jitsu guys and known all around the world, and say that I beat a guy like that, it's going to be amazing.
I know you have no control over this, but if you go out and beat Demian Maia, does it cross your mind that people will say, well, he said he was retiring. He said he's not the same Demian Maia as before. I mean, even though the guy's 3-1 in his last 4 fights, has it crossed your mind that, man, I'll go out and win this fight and I won't get credit for it?
No, I mean, to me, I'm not asking for credit from anybody. Fighters know how good he is. He literally 3-1 out of his last 4, and he almost beat Gilbert Burns. He literally took Gilbert Burns back to mounted him. So he's still a dangerous guy. And like I said, the only guys that beat him are guys that fought for titles. So for me, I don't care. Fans are always gonna hate no matter what. They're gonna say what they're gonna want to say. But to me, I know what it means to beat a guy like Demian Maia, and my team and everybody knows what it means to beat a guy like Demian Maia. So they're the only ones I care about.
How do you prepare for Demian Maia's ground game?
I'm telling you, man, we got a lot of jiu-jitsu in Chicago. I've been pulling a lot of guard. He's not going to be ready for what I'm going to bring to the table. But, nah, for me, it's I'm not going to sit there and say I want to jump guard on him. I'm not going to do a flying triangle. But, as you've seen with Rodolfo Vieira and Jacare, where you're thinking these guys are going to go out there and dominate these kids because they're so great in jits. It's a different story when you get hit and you get hurt and you start gassing out a little bit. Guys break. And that black belt don't mean nothing when you start folding a little bit.
I know that this is something we'll talk about after the fight, but sitting here today before the fight, what do you think a win over Demian Maia gets you?
I'm going to stay in the back. I'm going to wait for the Leon Edwards and Nate Diaz fight. Leon Edwards loses, I'm going to be screaming for that fight. And if I have to give him a 3-piece and a soda to get that fight, I'll do it. But I feel like it's going to give me one of those guys, top 5 guys, that are going to be right there where it's either – that'll be 9 of my last 10. So that's a guy right there who's one more fight and I should be fighting for a title.
Does it make it annoying? And I know that based on everything you said, you love the Demian Maia fight, legend. You're excited about it. But is it at all annoying that you're this fight week and you're looking at Leon and he's on the main card, he's fighting Nate Diaz? That could have been you. Obviously, had things gone a little bit differently in your fight. Is it just does that cross your mind at all during this fight week?
I mean, it really doesn't cross my mind. It's one of me. Like I said, I'm not one of those guys that dwells on something. So it's I could see him walking around, and for me, I'm not the type that's angry Vittori where I'm gonna walk up to you and hey, what the fudge you looking at, motherfucker? It's all fun and games to me. It's still a business to me. So like I said, I definitely want that one back. But I know that I have to get past Maia first. So I'm not gonna look past Maia and just keep my focus on Leon because it's gonna distract me and I got a tough test in front of me. So for me, it's just being patient and being smart and knowing that it's all about one fight at a time.
Well, it's a great fight, man. It's a great card, and we are looking forward to it on Saturday.
Thanks,
Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.